Okay, this time we're dealing with inverse trigonometric functions. So start off as normal by writing out the question. 2 times the inverse cosine of 6x minus 4 times the inverse tan of 3x. Okay, so let's differentiate. And if you differentiate y, you get dy dx. Now the first function is 2 times the inverse cosine of 6x. You're multiplying by a 2. We just keep it. So if you're multiplying any function by a constant, you're going to keep that constant. The derivative of inverse cosine is negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus whatever this argument is, in this case 6x squared. Now, a couple of things. When you're writing it out originally, make sure you put the argument inside parentheses, okay? Because there's the world of difference between 6x squared and 6x in parentheses squared, so please be careful. So we've kept the 2, we've differentiated the inverse cosine, keeping the argument the same, and then what we need to do is multiply by the derivative of the argument. So differentiate 6x and you get 6 there. So that's the first piece done. Now let's move on to the next piece. The next term is negative 4 times the inverse tan of 3x. Well, you keep the negative 4, you're just multiplying by negative 4, so keep the negative 4, and then the derivative of inverse tan is 1 over 1 plus the argument squared. So 3x, and again, just like we did before, make sure you keep it in parentheses, okay? So you're going to keep that 3x in parentheses. So we've kept the negative 4, we've differentiated the inverse tan, and now we need to differentiate the 3x. If you differentiate the 3x, you get 3. So, just to simplify this a little bit, okay, it's 2 times negative 1 times 6. Well, 2 by negative 1 by 6 is negative 12. And on the bottom, you can keep that as 1 minus 6x in parentheses squared, or you can make it 1 minus 36x squared. It's really up to you. But if you want to remove the parentheses, then you have to square out the 6 and make it negative 36x squared. And here you've got negative 4 by 1 by 3. Well, that's going to be negative 12 over 1 plus, and for the sake of consistency, we'll square out the 3x as well. That's going to give you 1 plus 9x squared. Now, on the bottom, if we wanted to, we could have left that as 6x in parentheses squared, and we could have left this as 3x in parentheses squared. But in either event, that's your answer, and we don't need to simplify any further than that.